Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Bloodthirsty Thursday. Yes, folks, it is almost Friday. TGIF is almost upon us. Just one more day to go. Yes. And then, as usual, I do hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk. All that lovely stuff because life is too short as is. And do me a favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of you every Monday through Friday, permitting my schedule and holidays. And then also do look in the description box for more information on the daily film, such as your brief synopsis, your starring cast, the runtime of the cut I am watching, along with an MPAA rating if there is one that exists, some trivia, the director, and a link for a trailer or a scene in the movie. So you get a little bit of information in there, a little more information in there than what I give you as well, to give you a bigger taste of what it is I'm reviewing, and hopefully it'll help you decide if you wish to see it or track down a copy and see it or not. Alright, now that I got that out of the way, let's move on to the film of the day. Yes, this one came out all the way back in 1980. It is 40 years old. It is none other than Hell of the Living Dead. Yes, this is one of my favorite UK BBFC video nasties. I just absolutely love and adore this. I can't remember if it was Section 1 or Section 2. I believe it was Section 2. But either way, it also ran under the title of Virus. And then I believe it ran under something else, but I can't remember now off the top of my head. But Virus for sure was one of the other names that it ran under. And now, like I said, 1980, this cut runs at an hour and 41 minutes. I imagine this one for sure has suffered cuts throughout time, especially being on that Video Nasties list. I know that they were very brutal and all about censoring a lot of filmmakers at that time. It's definitely a draconian laws. And then who do we got in here? We got Margie, Evelyn Newton, Frank Garfield, Selan Karay, Robert O'Neill, Gaby Renom, and Luis Fonoll. And this is Fonoll. And this is also directed by none other than Vincent Don, a.k.a. Bruno Mattei. Yes, one of my favorite Italian sleazy, trashy directors. I wouldn't say sleazy, but trashy directors that have existed. That it came out of Italy at the time. He is definitely one of those. I like him a lot. I am a huge Claudio Fragasso fan, and along with Ruggero Deodato, Umberto Lenzi. They're all amazing filmmakers. They don't get enough love and recognition. I feel like they deserve more. Damn it. Anyways, now what is inside this for as far as special features go? It is a standard issue pressed DVD. This one does have a Blu-ray through, I believe, 88 Films has one over in Region 2, and then there is also a Blu-ray that comes with, I believe it's Rats, Rats. I forget what the catch line is that one, but I believe it is that one as well. So there is not a single issue release here stateside, so you're either going to have to get the DVD or get the double feature Blu-ray. I wish it would come. I wish somebody would pick it up and do a nice release. I think it definitely deserves it. It's one of those that doesn't get enough attention, in my opinion. It's so batshit crazy and fun, and just everything is cool about it. And then as far as special features go, there's only a interview with Bruno Mattei, a theatrical trailer, poster, and still gallery, and then there's a Bruno Mattei bio on there, which is something that you have to read. So there is that as well. There is a little bit of special features, but nothing too crazy. It's usually Blu-rays that we have all the cool special features for anymore. Alright, now that I got the specs out of there, let's get on to what it's about. Essentially, it's about this at the very beginning, you get to see this nuclear reactor type building, which I'm sure they used for rats and several other films on top of it. But this building that the nuclear reactor bursts open and leaks out this gas. In turn, it turns somehow a rat got inside the reactor itself. It died and comes back to life, and it chews up one of the guys that comes in there. Which, by the way, the guys that come walking in are absolutely silly looking. They got these weird masks on to help protect them from the radiation, but they look like they couldn't protect anything, much less your head. It looked very unsafe. They looked like they were wearing giant garbage bags or condoms on their head. They looked completely ridiculous. So you got them, comes to life, bites one of the guys. It in turn starts a zombie horde. They are quickly. They try to quickly dispatch them. It doesn't happen. The smoke gets out and it causes more zombies. This SWAT team who is called in to this scene where there's being a hostage takeover at this embassy type place, and they come in and they blow everybody away. There's no like rhyme or reason for as far as who lives and who dies. It's just everybody dies. It's one of those things. They're not very crafty at their job. It's balls out all the way with them. Just this whole movie is balls out. It goes from the beginning. It has a nice steady pace all throughout. It never gets dull or lax on anything. So you eventually this SWAT team they get another job where they're supposed to go to New Guinea. And so they go to New Guinea, and they're supposed to be finding out why these people are dying. They find out that the dead are coming back to life, and they're eating the living. They eat the living, as it says right here. They in turn come across this group of people. It's a mother father who has a child who has been bitten and is essentially dying. You have a cameraman and a reporter, which the reporter is played by Margie Evelyn, and she has this very magical scene where she apparently she did some anthropology or she's an anthropology. She studies anthropology, but apparently she lived with this tribe in New Guinea for a year or summer or whatnot, and they have taken her into their arms as like one of the tribes people. So there. That gives a little backstory to how she ends up essentially back into this tribe, trying to see exactly what's going on in their neck of the woods. Which she gets completely naked and paints herself up, and they are slowly the group of our SWAT team and who is living are slowly behind them in a like Range Rover Jeep looking type thing. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think it's a Range Rover. Either way, it doesn't really matter. But they're shortly behind them. She's able to convince this tribe, oh hey, we're good people, blah blah blah. Please let us in. We want to know. We want to help you. Things like that. In turn, you have like these crazy like tribe montages, not really montages, but stock footage that has been taken from other documentaries. There's like 2 or 3 different documentaries that they took footage from and added to this. Along with they stole the almost the entire sound score for Beyond the Darkness and Dawn of the Dead. There's a lot of that music going on in here. nightmare, especially the Dawn of the Dead stuff. Everything that, stuff that Goblin did. They originally wanted Goblin to do an original score to this, but they could not afford it, so they were able to license out the other songs for a much cheaper cost. So that's why the music score is so familiar for anybody that has seen both Beyond the Darkness, Boy Omega, and Dawn of the Dead. For a second there, I forgot where I was going, but that do keep that in mind. Now our group of people they find this village or this old mission. They go there to help people and see what's going on. Everybody is dead. We have a nice little kind of showdown between our SWAT team and the zombies because they're wasting all their the classic. Let's waste all of our bullets shooting them up instead of shooting them in the brain. It's one of those kind of things which I understand. Shooting them in the brain. It's a movie thing. Maybe it's like that in real life. Maybe it's not. But I imagine if you remove a head from anything, it's going to stop moving. Other than nerves making it move. Either way, but where was I going? They're in this mission and they're getting killed and attacked. There's this one guy that's part of the group. He's got this really big fluffy hair. He's got a ton of hair and he's hiding it under his blue cap. He is told that he is scared and that he is pissing in his pants, as the guy said, or pissing in his trousers or whatnot, whatever it is. He said the guy was pissing himself, scared. He in turn goes over to this group of zombies and is like pushing them around, walking around inside of them, sticking his arm out like, "Oh, you want a bite of my wing?" Things like that. You like leg meat or you want a wing? Stuff like that. It's quite humorous. There's a lot of humor in this movie. As a matter of fact, the guy that accuses this other SWAT member of pissing himself has a magical scene where they're inside of the mission and he puts both of his guns down, and for some reason he's carrying 2 rifles. I don't know why, but either way, he's got he found this like green dress that he puts on his arms to make it look like he's wearing it, and then he puts on a little top hat and picks up a little cane and does a little dance number, do 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 do, and then next thing you know, slowly but surely the zombies come in and very slowly kill him. That's one thing that about the zombies in this that absolutely kill me. They are so slow and inept. It takes a horde of them like to actually do anything, and even then they just kind of stand around, like mumble around and just kind of like make funny faces and weird stuff like that. So they're not really very good zombies. They're cheesy looking on top of it. A lot of them have this weird like blackish blue paint on them. Makes them look very bad, especially some of the tribes, some of the people that came from the area of New Guinea. It looked very bad with their skin complexion. I'm not going to lie. Everything about this looks bad. The movie makes zero sense. It's all over the wall, all over the board with how crazy it gets. It is just a batshit ride. I can't say anything really bad about this other than on a technical side, it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. This is like a 1 or a 2 out of 5 on a technical side. This is a very, very bad movie when it comes to that. Like the editing, it's choppy as shit. The acting is choppy, like everything is bad, like down to the overused music score, to the over the top acting. It is just it's unforgettable how bad it is on that. The special effects are even worse, you know, like there's nothing redeemable about it as far as a technical side goes. I would never show this to somebody and be like, "Hey, do you like my masterpiece here?" I would show it to like-minded people and be like, "Hey, check out this piece of shit I made." It's so much fun, but it is a piece of shit. You know, one of those kind of things. Um, but now, as far as an entertainment side goes, this thing's like a 4 or 5 out of 5. It is a solid entertaining film. Um, there's very few zombie films that I hold past this. I guess you could throw Nightmare City in there, even though I count them as infected people with a virus and not a which is funny because they call this one virus, but I would call that one more of an infected. But of course, Fulci's Zombie 2 and 3 are absolutely stunning. Zombie 2 is one of my favorite films of all time. I put it down there in the top 10 for sure. Maybe top 5. I don't know. Either way, so this one is like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 6, but I'm leaning more towards a 4 or 5 on this one. It's not a good movie. Not for rookie zombie fans, because you'll probably get bored with it, or you'll be like I was the very first time I watched it and be confused the entire movie. I still get confused, and I've seen this movie probably 8 or 9 times, maybe 10 times, and yes, I still get confused. It's like it's almost as confusing as Eraserhead. No, I'm kidding. Eraserhead is so complex and confusing. I've seen that one as many times, and I still can't explain that one. Don't look for me to ever review Eraserhead, because I can't. I wouldn't know how. Either way, I'm gonna get out of here. Definitely check this one out. 4 or 5, I would say 5 out of 10. You know, very middle of the road movie. Could be better, could be much worse. Its entertainment value is what jumps spikes it up there, because on the technical side, it is just like I said, an absolute nightmare. All right, guys. Tomorrow, I'm not 100%. I think I'm going to do an Aussie movie for you tomorrow, or I'll do that Video Nasties documentary that I keep putting off, because I don't really. Doing documentaries is kind of a hard review, in my opinion, because there's no like character or plot development or anything like that. All right, guys. Love your faces, and as always,